addition to potions and poultices of varying sorts, the halfling twins Alap and Dela would also need tools, armor, and weapons with which to defend themselves. So inside their home, they built a small but powerful furnace, fueled with lava from deep within the town mines. They would construct for themselves chainmail shirts made of dozens, if not hundreds, of tiny metal links. They would also forge hammers, picks, shovels, and axes, so they might be prepared for every eventuality. When it came to weaponry, both halflings forged a sword with soft but firm leather strips wrapped around the hilts. They made sheaths to protect the sword blades and also shields to protect themselves. To disguise their activities, Alap connected the smokestack of the forge with that of their ordinary furnace. Yet there was little they could do to mask the sounds of hammering that are inevitable when forging metalworks. So they timed their work to coincide with the activity of the nearby blacksmith's shop. Though unrelated to metalworking, they also fashioned for themselves longbows and quivers full of arrows for when they would go hunting, for they didn't intend to stay in one place long enough to make use of the snares and traps that their kin usually would use. The entire process brought the twins one step closer to that far-off day when finally they would escape their homeland and venture into the distant unknown. Hello there, everyone, and welcome to me face planting on the side of a house. Well, that's quite the start to an episode. Welcome to the next episode on the Realm of Vasten server. We are standing on top of... Actually, is this the end church? This might be the end church. I am slowly gliding over from our library build that we've been working on, to one of the boats out here that is going to take us over to Andor's Rest, where we've been working on the halfling houses. Because I want to build another little addition to the house down in the basement segment, or whatever you want to call it. Now, of course, since we just had the introduction video, you'll know what we're going to build, essentially. Because it kind of showcases what we're going to be working on. So, why do we have a zombie running around? What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you have new skin? No, I don't think you have new skin. I haven't updated my texture pack, so that must be the same skin as always. And I also don't know what it is here. Maybe it's just all the building that we've been doing, and holy cow, that is a lot of leaves rendering in. Wow. Someone has been incredibly busy. Is that what's making it laggy? 'Cause I'm like really laggy in here. It's so framey. It's so bad. But it looks incredible. It looks really incredible. I'm a big fan of looks. Maybe not so much about the performance. But it was kind of laggy before that was put up, so I don't think it's the leaf block's fault. There might be just some redstone contraption in here that's making it all framey and whatnot. Anyway, we're gonna just move on down here. We've got 3 rooms that we have finished. And we've got, I mean, realistically, we could go all the way down to Y0 or as close as we can, considering there's bedrock up to, what, Y5 or something like that. We probably won't actually go that low, but as you can see, we got 2 more doorways already formed. We've got plenty more space that we can continue going down. So I think I want to add another room, to this build, and we're gonna try and just stick with the same size that we have been using, and I want to make this a furnace room. And while we work on this, I also wanted to talk about something that I've kind of been wondering about, thinking about, and that's the cinematic intros that I do at the start of every episode. I'm a little torn, to be honest. I feel as though like I really enjoy doing the cinematic intros. Is that wood? Yes, that is wood, okay. I think we're directly below another room, so we just have to kind of follow the pattern that is laid out on the ceiling and just replicate it down here. Whoop, there's a bit of a hole here. Is there? I don't think there's anything actually down here, just a random cave. So what we'll probably just do is pillar up here, and then, let's see, is this going to be the walking level? No. Well, yes, but no, we have to dig it up a little, so this has to go. So I've been having a little bit of a hard time coming up with ideas for the cinematic intros that I do at the start of every episode. And that's not necessarily because I, you know, don't enjoy doing them or anything like that. It's just when I'm building, like, especially with the library, when I'm building a single structure that is that big and takes so long to complete, it's kind of hard to find something new to say about it, you know? Because it's just the same thing. Oh, we're going to build up this wall, and now we're going to build up that wall, and now we're going to, you know, so on and so forth. So it's kind of hard to find anything new to actually say about the project. Now over here with the halfling area, I mean, we can find a little bit more, but it's still nothing, you know, earth-shattering or anything. So I'm just having a hard time coming up with ideas on what to say for that, for the cinematic intros. And I know that there's a lot of you who have said in the past, you know, in the comments and whatnot, that you really enjoy the cinematic intros. So I really don't want to, like, cancel them, or I definitely wouldn't cancel them. Like, but I was wondering, I mean, would you guys hate me forever if we didn't do them every single episode? Maybe just do them when there's actually something new and exciting, or milestones or whatever within the project itself, something that really, you know, sets it apart and makes it really seem really special. Would that be something that you guys would be okay with? Because I don't want to, I definitely don't want to, I would never, like, cancel them, because I know you guys are enjoying them. At least a fair number of you, I would say, based on the comments I've gotten anyway. But I just don't know, I don't want to, I feel like it's almost to the point where I just, you know, I kind of make stuff up or whatever, like the stories. I mean, my first degree, I went to college eventually I went for accounting, but my first degree was actually in writing, and I found that when you write something and your heart isn't really in it, it tends to turn out a little less than ideal, basically. And I don't want that to happen with these cinematics, because I really enjoyed, like, the cinematics I did last season. And actually, is that right? I think I just messed that up. Did I mess that up? Hang on a second. I don't think that goes there, actually. I don't think that goes there at all. Let me take a quick look here. Oh, it does. That's right, because we need to strip all of that. That's right. Yeah. Okay, so these 3 here need to go. That all needs to be strip logs, and same here. Okay, so, what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I don't remember. But the general gist of it is, when your heart isn't in something, like when you're struggling. I just realized these are not supposed to be stripped. Oh, that's so terrible. Good job, Self. Good job. Well, I guess we've stripped the ones that are going to go in the walls then, in advance. When your heart isn't really, like, when you're struggling, when you're kind of in a dry spot and you don't really know what to say, your heart just tends to not be in it as much as it would otherwise. And I think that kind of ends up showing in some ways, because the stories are less exciting, or they're shorter, or something like that. I find that sometimes I have a really interesting storyline, and I actually have to speak faster so that I can fit the entire thing in. And then other times I'm like, okay, how long can I pause between the sentences to fill up this song? So I'm just wondering, like, would it be possible to maybe not do them every episode, but only do them, like I said, when we reach important stages with a particular build or project or something like that. And then, of course, like we saw with the episode 10, where we toured, well, not toured, we just did a flyover of the end city that they're building. Like, we can do different things too. It doesn't always have to be stories. I just chose stories because I thought it would be a little bit more consistent. let's see. Let's put that away. It is really dark. Do I have any torches? I only have one torch in my inventory, and I kind of want a few more. That'll do. We're not going to keep a torch down, but it would be nice to be able to see what we're doing in here. Okay, so let's put that away. So that's just what I'm kind of thinking about right now. And I'm not sure what you guys' thoughts would be on the matter. So let me know in the comments down below whether you think that'd be an okay change to just make it every so often instead of all the time. Do I have any cobblestone? Because whoops, that's what I wanted to do. I kind of want to put cobblestone for the, here we go, for the furnace. Now, I think I want to put the furnace right here on this wall. So what we're going to do is actually take down this wood that we literally just placed there. And let's see, how do we want to do this? I think maybe take this down and this down. Probably leave the wood up there. And, well, I mean, we don't have to, but you know what? Let's take it down, actually. Oops, that's not... Did I just break something? Oh, I hope I didn't just break something. Okay, I don't think I did. It looks like that's the storage room up there. So hopefully we're okay. Okay, so let's take that down and get our cobblestone back. And we're just going to put that in there. I want there to be... I saw cobble walls, yes. No, not stone brick walls. Cobble walls. Do I not have cobble walls? Oh, these are all stone brick. Okay. Can I have just a few of them? Granite walls. Ooh, forgot those were a thing. Okay, I want these, let's see, right here and here, I think. And then maybe do some stairs. Is this too high? That might be too high. Maybe bring that down and that down. And give me some stairs. And I know that I could be, you know, doing this with the workers or the stone crafter bench thingy, but it's okay. We're fine with it like this. Let's see. Is this gonna look right? This looks weird already. I don't know. It's hard to do something in such a small enclosed area. Let me think, because I want it to kind of look as though the smoke is going up there. Maybe what I should do is reset it even further. Maybe that's what we need, just a little bit more depth. So we will do something like maybe this. And then pop a hole in there and just do cobble in all of these spots. Because from back here, you won't be able to tell that it doesn't go anywhere. You just need the illusion that it goes somewhere. So I think that'll work pretty fine. We'll want to close this off. Oops, not right there. Right here. Okay, so for now, we'll do that. And then that means the fire will go here. Oops, no. Let's put a torch there just to reflect that the fire is going to go there. And then let's see, maybe I need more stairs, I think. Oops. Well, no, maybe we'll go with that. Something like this. Now, what would I do about the sides? I actually don't really know what a furnace looks like, so like a real life one where you would make armor and tools and stuff. It just needs to be made out of something that's non-flammable. I know that's the important bit. Don't make it something that's gonna, you know, burn up. And then maybe, would it look weird if I did something like this on either side? Yeah, that looks kind of weird. Okay, let me play around with this. Let me actually Google what an actual furnace looks like, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm just now finishing up the build in here, and I need to find, and I don't have one, it looks like. I want an iron trapdoor. Looks like I'm gonna have to make one. And so far in here we've got this forge. I did some looking online, and forges are actually pretty rudimentary. Most of the forges are outside though, so finding, like, I kind of had to just look at them and be like, okay, what would that look like if it was inside a teeny little room like this? And this is pretty much what I came up with. We've got an anvil, we've got a cauldron of water, because, you know, after you're working with the hot metal and you're shaping it, and then you're supposed to douse it in the water or whatever to, I guess, harden it up and like give it its, you know, final form or whatever. I'm not a blacksmith. I don't know. We got a stone cutter here, a smithing table here, even though it, you know, does nothing. But I do want to make, a pressure plate here. Did I say trapdoor before? I meant pressure plate. And then also I need some sticks. Let's see. Do I have sticks in here? I do believe so. And I want to make myself just a sword. It doesn't have to be anything too fancy. So what we're gonna do, and I'm hoping this will work, we'll put down that. We'll put down that. We'll step on it. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Okay, well, it's supposed to be like this, and then you put that in there. Although, I suppose, if we... I don't like how it flickers like that, so what it will... let's try this instead. We'll put that back up. We won't step on it. Okay, can we get rid of that? Put down the sword, and then the pressure plate? There we go. And then it looks like you're working on a sword, actively working on a sword on the surface. And I love that we have the smithing table now because it looks like this is all one block, like it's meant to be like that. So this, I think, will work perfectly. We can, well, if we didn't have this on, we could also rotate the sword, maybe, you know, any which way we want. I think I'm going to go like this. I like that. There. Although, no, that's probably a bad idea. You have to, you might run up there and, like, run into your belly. That's probably a bad idea. We'll point it away. Safety first, you know, we'll point it away. So do something like that. I think that looks really cool. They're not the same shade of gray, but it's, I mean, the table itself has so many different shades of gray that I think it looks perfectly fine just the way it is. So that is pretty much finished. I put some ladders over here, hoping that it kind of looked like item racks. Now, we have in this texture pack, what did I do with those? Are those in here? I think they might be. Nope, they're not in there. I think they're in the last one. Let's put these all away because I'm done with them. Get out this. We have in here some custom paintings, and one of them is... Come on, give me the custom one. This one right here. I was thinking of putting this up here, but technically this is for like a kitchen because that's a frying pan, and these are like cleavers and tongs and whatnot. So I mean, it doesn't really fit with the whole blacksmithing thing. I don't know if we have any other pictures like that. That's the only one I'm aware of off the top of my head. But I think we'll just go with the ladders and call it good. It's kind of cramped in here. It's all kind of haphazard, which is maybe realistic for, you know, a smithing area. You know, it's not going to look, you know, like a palace or anything like that. It's a place where people work. And I thought the iron bars kind of give it a cool effect, as well as if there's, you know, doors that are opened up so that you can access or close off the furnace or the forge. And I made use of the new fire pit block to give us a nice authentic looking fire effect with the smoke rising up. And you know, since it doesn't actually go anywhere, we don't need like a hay bale underneath of it to make the smoke particles go even further. This is perfectly fine as it is. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. We can go ahead and actually I forgot to put away my sticks and my iron. Oops, that's not what I wanted either. Actually, we can get rid of that entirely. We can go ahead and put this stuff away and then head over to the library. And I actually, in the last episode, one of the commenters suggested doing a time-lapse. I haven't actually done a time-lapse in a while on any series. I did one time-lapse last season here on Vasten when I was working on the hill in Vasten Dimensions. And that's the only time-lapse I've done for Vasten at all that I can think of anyway. I used to do a whole bunch of them last season in the Wells Night Patreon server, but unfortunately, and I'm just gonna double check, make sure yeah, the floor looks fine. Okay, good. Unfortunately, we can't have our camera accounts currently on the Wells Night Patreon server, so I haven't done a time-lapse in a while. But someone suggested we do one, and I was like, you know what? Okay, we'll do a time-lapse. So let me go get that set up. Let me head over to the library, and I'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. I have run out of the green glass blocks, so that's why we had to kind of stop right there. But I also came down at one point to pick up some fallen blocks and found that guy just sitting there. And down below there was well, at least there was, I don't see it at the moment, there was the actual village, the wandering trader and the other llama. Oh, there's the other llama. Trader must be right underneath these scaffolding blocks. I don't know how that guy got up there though. I'm like, are you okay up there? You can't possibly feel very safe. I barely feel safe on these things, and I've got 2 legs, you know. You got 4 legs you gotta find good footing for, so I don't know. But let's climb all the way up here, up to where we left off anyway. It is quite a climb at this point. I found it interesting using my laptop. The settings are a little different than, you know, on my desktop. So when I was using my laptop to do the moving around, you know, like actual building and whatnot. Come on, Electra, activate. Because I used my desktop for the recording for the cam account. I positioned up in the sky there, and then my laptop to actually run around and do the building. And my settings were different, and they still had the clouds on. Clouds are right at the level of the scaffolding. We are so high up in the world. We are at 203 right here. So we went up approximately 30 blocks-ish, 30, maybe 5, 10, 15, yeah, probably about 30 blocks. I'm not sure. I didn't count it exactly because I still wanted to bring it up one more time, and then I'm thinking about maybe, because I know I talked in a previous episode, maybe doing a flat roof, maybe doing a cone roof, you know, something like that. I think I actually want to do a dome roof and maybe turn it into some sort of observatory. I think that might be a kind of cool thing to do. The only problem is I don't really know how to build the dome. Like what color glass to use, because obviously we wouldn't want to use green. I was thinking of maybe clear glass, or maybe like a light gray or something. I'm not really sure. But I definitely think a dome on the top would look pretty cool. Turn it into like an observatory up there at the top, and then have different levels going down, you know, for the rest of the library and whatnot. So we ran out of the glass. I need to go smelt up. I need to go get some sand, smelt it up, get some more dye and dye it up and all that stuff before we can keep on working with this. I really think I want to try and swapping in some yellow glass and maybe trying to come up with like a design on some of these flatter wall sections, especially like that one there because it's got a nice wide section. And now that we've also kind of flattened this one out because we ended up with like a 1 block gap right here. I was like, let's just close it off. So I closed it off, and that means we have a nice little flat section right here. So I've got to decide. I've got to get some more glass. I've got to decide on potential patterns for the glass on these larger, flatter wall sections, and then I also want to try and find a way to make a good-looking dome. I'm not sure what design I'm going to go with just yet. If you have any suggestions, by all means throw them at me, because I'm drawing a blank right now. I know I want one. You know, it's that kind of sort of situation where you know what you want, but you don't know what you want it to look like, so you don't know how to build it, you know? So just keep that in mind, and definitely leave any suggestions if you can find them, like on Google Images or something like that. Just like give me some concept art or something, and then I can do my best to build it. I think though that this episode's probably about over by now. I'm not actually sure how long the time-lapse will end up going. I think my usual time-lapse song for the Vasten series is like 4 and change minutes. So I'm pretty sure we're pretty close to the end of the episode. So I'm just going to go ahead and call it here. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the time-lapse, first one of the season. I'm happy to do more later on. But we just have to kind of find projects that warrant it, and I think the library is actually a great example of that. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed everything, and definitely leave your suggestions down below like I mentioned. And until next time, I hope you have a fantastic time, and I'll see you later. Bye!